Hello everyone, this is Chico Phillips. I know this is good. I'm basically loading this at my time, which is 9:18. It's actually getting pretty late for a school night for me, and I have to get to bed soon. Um, but all I really remember is that I promised you guys a fan fiction reading. So, actually, I've been working on one lately. Because of the new not Fallout, my God, Metro games that came out recently. I was really urging to write something aside from that, so I did. Um, of course, it's gonna be sort of like a dramatic reading, like Mike the Microphone. Some people that do that type of reading. So yeah, actually don't got the book with me, but I actually remember quite a good amount. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna do that for you. All right, let us begin. Let me just bring it up. I got it. My name is Lieutenant Miklovich Alvarez. I worked down in the stations most all my life, though on the apocalyptic nucleus. So I took his breath. After when all the Nicofalth came along, but none of the metros for years. Hundreds of years. Even though I was just infant. I still never understood why I could never go back onto the hearse plate, so warm, fresh air, till I finally found the nightmare above us. There was nothing. The buildings, they were all mold, cracks within the walls as they were falling apart slowly. The air, I could even smell it. If I tried to inhale, the toxins would go to my lungs so quick I would die in an instant. I thought everything would change, but I was wrong. Days go by as I just sit down in my empty room, hoping to go back, hoping that everything will be same again. But no, things keep going on. They keep getting worse. The creatures, those demons, from they all mutated from the chemicals and toxins above. They got down into the metro. They killed my family. They killed my friends. They keep killing and killing. We try to stop, but they keep coming. It's hard. It's hard to keep up the fight even though we're already losing. God help us. Even though I know God won't even help us either. That was the following by Mikrovich. He writes his diaries within every week. This was 5 days after he wrote his last entry. Mitrovich woke up. He could even tell by the scent of his eyes and ears that something was already wrong by time. He quickly grabbed his rifle and bashed throughout his door, straight into the hallways, running fast as possible towards the entrance, noticing that there was a big gap in it. Something came in. Blood was everywhere. Blood was on the floor, the walls, the ceilings, the vents. It was everywhere. There was no sign of life. He was confused and worried. He heard no screams. Was he alone? Or did the rest of the survivors try to run off, try to find help? Even though he knew already that they were probably dead, there was no help for miles. He was finding just empty cases of shells everywhere. buckshots, 7.62s, 9mm, every round they can think of that the Russian army could still use nowadays. He quickly put on his gas vest when he realized that there was toxins going throughout the whole entire metro, well, the station he was at, which is Hydra 7. So, after when he got that done, he basically primed his rifle, ready for action, ready to see whatever type of demon or monster steps in his path. This time, he saw a little girl. She was very pale white. She didn't seem like she ate for years, even more than years probably. She already looked dead. She just looked at him, seeing straight through him, thinking that his mind was playing tricks on him, but no, he knew that she was physically there. He slowly approached her, trying to be calm and relaxed. As soon as he tried to make a grasp for the girl, she vanished into thin air. And there was a shriek of pure terror ringing in his ears. Petrovich realized that that scream sounded very familiar, sounded like a friend of his. So quickly dashed around the direction it was towards, but the scream had already stopped and went to complete silence a few minutes after. By the time we finally found the source of the screaming, she was dead. Ivana was dead. She was ripped apart. The problem was, it seemed like that she was ripped apart. She was already dead, actually, for weeks. The stench reeked the whole entire place where she was. It was so confusing to him. How long was he asleep for? Did something happen? Did he get scratched or bit or even else shot anywhere? They didn't really realize it? He's so confused. He had to try to figure out what happened. So, he thought if he goes to the morgue, he could find a calendar there. Because all morgue stationary places contained most of the calendars, knowing when they had to go out and find more supplies and medicine. So quickly dashed his way toward the morgue. On his way there, he heard a creaking, very large snap, like a bone, or a piece of brick from the ceiling. So he went to go investigate that before he went to go to the morgue. There, he saw all those bastards eating his fellow comrades. He brought up his rifle and pointed right at it. It looked at him dead in the eyes, as if it had no fear. He shot, then collapsed instantly. The burst of the echo from the gun traveled all the way throughout the base. He heard an uproar of shrieks. He knew that he finally caused trouble, so he quickly turned around and dashed for the morgue. He got there just in time to close the door behind him, locked all the hatches. He didn't know what to do now, knowing that he's probably going to be trapped in there unless he try to find somewhere to escape. He found the calendar, looked at it. "This couldn't be right," he said. "This couldn't be right," he said again. I've been out for I've been out for almost a year." He didn't know how to reply to himself. He was such in shock. He was so confused. He stepped back slowly, looking around. Finally said to himself, "The last one?" As he already didn't know, but he was. He was the last one within his metro station. Hydra 6 was completely outrun by mutants and demons within the few months it first developed. because there's a more new stationary area, thought it would be safe, but no, it actually was even lower beyond the ground level. I had to try to figure out what to do. Checked in the chamber of his rifle. He realized that the only bullet that he used was to kill that monster. So he dropped it, basically, and now he only had his utility knife and his gas mask. No, really. Sorry for the interruption. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Anywho. His gas mask. He had no choice but to go to ground level. He had to go on Earth. Or wherever was left of it. So, he had to try to figure out how to make his way towards the nearest exit. But he knew he was trapped in there because he heard those monsters come closer and closer. So, he actually found a chute. And the chute actually led all the way down to the laundry room. It was further away from the nearest exit to get to ground level, but it was probably safer. So he took his chances. He opened it wide. He threw his flashlight down there so now he can see the source of the light. He did. But everything was just pure black. The power has been cut out on some of the levels of the metro. So before he knew it, he quickly jumped right down, not knowing what to expect at the bottom. Finally, when he got to the bottom, large crushed. He fell on top of something that wasn't garbage or laundry or any bloody rags. He slowly looked under him. There, at least 5 to 6 fellow dead comrades laying on a pile of mush. He thought he was going to be safe, but this was only the beginning. He found a nest. He found the nest of the mutants. He was panicking. He didn't know what to do. His only source of weaponry was his knife, and how could he possibly defend himself from those mutants? But there was a sign of life. From probably over a mile, could be easily heard from an echo from the vents was a gunshot. It sounded very strong, so high, so loud. He was assuming that there's a search party. So without even thinking about it, he dashed out of the laundry room, and within the hallway, there's blood and guts everywhere. Because remember now, he was in the nest. So he kept running and running and running. He heard those things right behind him, coming straight for him, wanting him dead. But he kept dashing and dashing and dashing. And before you know it, he got to one of the entrances where he heard the gunshot. When he got there, there was nobody in sight. He was even more confused, but now he was even more afraid. What could he do? Then he heard a shh nearby him. He looked to his right, saw a man, all in black. The built-in suppressed weapon of some sort. He didn't even know what it was. He was a blacksmith. He was a weapon expert. So he just stood still. Then he looked behind him just slightly to see 25 of those things looking right at him. They dashed for him, and then all you hear clack, 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 clack. All of them dropped instantly. Smoke was coming from the barrels of the soldiers' guns, or wherever type of unit they're even from. He wasn't sure, they're even soldiers. Mekovich thanked them, and thanked them, and thanked them. The man that basically shushed him out approached him and asked him, "What is rank and name?" course he replied. Petrovich. Rank. Sergeant. Area code 249075. Man in all black looked at him. He was surprised. Because he honestly told him, Nekrovich. Nekrovich Alvarez. Nekrovich was even more confused now. He was relieved, but my gosh, he was above oblivion of confusion. He said, Yes. How do you know my name? The man in all black said, There's a silence. The man in all black wanted to finish his sentence, but for some reason he didn't want to say. He got all pale. His skin got cold. Finally released. I'm your son. Nekrovich was surprised. He finally spat out, Yavorich. Yavorich. In his mind, he was saying, Yavorich! Yavorich! I thought you. I saw you. Nekrovich just grasped him in a tight hug. Nekrovich hadn't looked in the mirror at all. He didn't know what he looked like. He was probably been out for more than a few months. He's probably out for years. After the hug was broken, they got out of there. They were telling stories to one another about what happened and how they get there. This is the journey back. Wasn't that long. There's full of surprises. Anything could happen. But who knows? This is the Metro. Survival to the fittest. And death to the many. And that, guys, is the end of part 1 of my fan fiction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, this is definitely going to be a different thing for me because I do much like music, video games. But yeah, I hope you guys really do like it. I'm still writing part 2. Should be doing that within the week, probably by Friday or Saturday, and I'll read that off as well. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave comments. And have a nice night and happy mornings. Alright, guys. Bye.